Reframing Masculinity, a conversation with all men. Welcome back, everyone. Today's video is a conversation with all men. Men who were raised with traditional masculinity, men who had to claim their identity in a world that questioned them, men who transition, men who struggle, men who learn the hard way, men who are still figuring it out. Cis men, trans men, your experiences may be different, but your manhood is not in competition. You each carry pieces of the same story of becoming yourselves. Most men carry pressure they don't talk about. Cis men often grow up with rigid expectations, don't feel too much, don't show weakness, don't need anything. Trans men often carry an entirely different set of pressures to prove themselves, to be believed, to be recognized, to be safe. But underneath both stories is the same truth. Men are taught that vulnerability is dangerous. That's where the harm begins, when you're told to disconnect from your own humanity. But masculinity isn't something you earn by meeting conditions. It's something you embody by how you live. For all men, masculinity at its core is about integrity, self-respect, purpose, loyalty, emotional intelligence, courage in your identity, compassion for yourself and others. These qualities don't belong to one type of man. They're expressed differently by every man, and that diversity is what makes masculinity beautiful. Cis men are often told to shut emotions down. Trans men are often told their emotions invalidate them. And both messages rob men of their full humanity. But emotional strength isn't about being silent. It's about knowing when to reach out, taking responsibility without self-harm, understanding anger instead of suppressing it, letting yourself connect instead of performing toughness, showing up authentically in relationships. Emotional intelligence isn't feminine or masculine, it's human. And every man benefits when he gives himself permission to feel. Here's something powerful. Cis men and trans men can learn a lot from each other. Cis men often carry unspoken burdens, pressure to be invulnerable, pressure to be providers, pressure to never slip. Trans men often carry the resilience of rebuilding identity from the inside out. When these experiences meet without judgment, something deeper emerges: brotherhood, understanding, respect. There's room for every man at the fire. So what does a unified, inclusive masculinity look like? It looks like cis men giving themselves permission to feel. It looks like trans men not having to prove themselves. It looks like all men being allowed to grow, to evolve, to define manhood in a way that feels honest. It's a masculinity based on growth over performance, integrity over image, connection over isolation, strength rooted in truth, not fear. This is the masculinity that heals communities. This is the masculinity that builds trust between men instead of dividing them. So to every man watching this, cis, trans, questioning, or somewhere in between, this is your invitation. Not to be the man someone else dictated, but to be the man you choose to be. You don't have to fit a mold. You don't have to perform masculinity. You get to live it in a way that feels like home. You belong in manhood, and your version of masculinity matters. Thank you for being here for this conversation. Share your experience in the comments. What part of masculinity are you choosing to redefine? Like, subscribe, and share this with someone who could use this message. Take care of yourself. Stay grounded, stay real, stay connected.